All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Okay, everyone. Hello. Thank you for taking time out of your day. This is Tom Fristoe. I'm going to be your host today for the PIMworks webinar, and we're grateful to have you here. We're still bringing some folks in here now. We can see them, logging in. But just to begin, just a couple things. A little bit of housekeeping. First is the GoToWebinar control panel that you have in front of you. You'll see a couple little menus, little arrows that you can open and close. And there's two that I want you to pay attention to. First is there's a handouts menu. You can fold that down. We've inserted 3 different handouts that I think you will find interesting. So we ask you, just if you wish, just you can download them as you see fit during the demo here and presentation. And then more importantly is there's a chat box in there, and we're asking for you to, let's get interactive here. This is certainly I talk and you listen kind of deal here, but most importantly is you have the ability to go interface with us. We have a big part of our team listening in and watching for questions that you might ask, and we want to encourage you to do that as I go through sort of this webinar. So don't be shy, ask questions. We'll try to answer you in line with as the webinar is going on, and I'll be watching the questions as well come in, and we'll answer them in due course as well. So with that, let's begin. So just want to make sure as I go through this, if for some reason people aren't seeing my slides change, etc., please let me know through our chat. And anyway, so again, thanks a bunch. This is the title of this webinar is perfecting the product experience, and it's kind of a mouthful, but and we're going to unpack what that really means here in the next 30 minutes or so. But the first is it's really around growing revenue and your customer engagement through perfect product, essentially perfect product information. So let's just touch on sort of what we're going to talk about today. We've got sort of the PIMworks story, how our successes and where they've come from, why, what keeps customers from buying your products, why is that, your internal stakeholders, they're a channel, and we think they're maybe the most important. We'll talk about that. The anatomy of a product, what makes up a product, what defines an excellent PIM. We're going to kind of share with you kind of a checklist as you are in the middle of this journey looking at or interested in what is a PIM. We kind of have a checklist for you to sort of challenge anybody outside of who we are with we think, what defines a great PIM. And why us? I think we're certainly a PIM, but we're way more than that in terms of what great product information can do for your organization. And then we'll open this up for further questions and conclude. So with that, let's just dive into our success story. We started this PIMworks is part of a very large company out of Chennai, India, with a U.S. presence, and Mobius is the name of the parent company here, and we're north of 1,000 employees, and we're in the business of product information gathering, structuring, taxonomies, delivery of this information channels. We took all of that, decades-long experience and began building PIMworks about a little over 4 years ago now, and have quickly gained great industry-wide recognition as a leader in PIM with some very unique market-first functionality and capabilities. So just to know that we're not new at this, and more importantly, as importantly, is we're part of a very large organization that you can count on, that know what we're talking about. And so that success, as I shared, has been built on 20 years worth of, managing product information for some of the largest brands on earth. We're product information management experts. We have absolute mastery of this craft. I mean, there is not a product we haven't seen, a structure we haven't seen, taxonomies and attributes, and the challenges of taking product information and organizing it. And we're in the business of helping you find breakthroughs through great product information. And breakthroughs can occur just simply by organizing your product information inside of PIMworks. And other times it's conversations we're having about how to better deliver information, or managing hundreds of thousands of products. And in doing so, we've really sort of matured a sixth sense of how to generate long-term return on investment gains for you and your business. Sounds kind of big and bold, but the fact is it's true. And I think when you recognize the value of taking your product information, centralizing it, and bringing this into a place where it is organized and accessible, you'll find that we've built the best-in-class PIM platform. So the million-dollar question is, what keeps customers from buying your products? And it starts with just inconsistent or missing product information at the point of sale. E-commerce for sure. I'm searching the web, I'm seeing stuff, marketplaces, Amazon, small e-tailers. Product information gets presented inside of brick and mortar locations. Its inconsistency is the killer of revenue. It is, to be sure. Further that, lack of compelling and engaging product photography, especially rich content. I'll touch on this a little bit more in just a second here. It's a huge component. These pictures are worth 1,000 words, and especially when this imagery can become uniform and consistent from one destination and channel to the next. Fragmentation across your omni-channel presence. Just different product information everywhere. We just need to say it. It is pervasive, and it's everywhere. You need to sort of perform this perfecting of your products and move that uniformly to all these different channels. And then as we talked earlier, just internal stakeholders that don't have the most current product information. This next slide will touch a lot on this, but then statistically, the 30% of online orders are returned due to inaccurate or poor product information. It's just that simple. They bought something that wasn't what it was described as. Forbes recently shared that nearly 60% of users would pay more to get a better overall product experience. It's just the quality of how the product is presented matters in terms of extracting maximum value out of your products, for what you sell it for. And then again, touching on product imagery is absolutely critical to enabling higher conversion rates. It does. Literally, great photography, great imagery will change the game in terms of online sort of conversion rates. And then lastly, investments you could make in producing product videos or tutorials or walkthroughs, et cetera, or other interactive content like 360 views or zoom ins and things of that nature, which are very possible today, very much easier to produce, will minimally produce a 2x conversion rate online, often much higher than that. So imagery, consistency, this is why people don't buy your products. They just don't have the right information when they're making a buying decision, or more importantly, is inaccurate information. So next, let's talk about internal stakeholders. And we talk about, in this first bullet point, they are the tip of the spear. We believe strongly that they are the most important channel that you need to serve. And this is all your stakeholders: marketing, sales, customer support, product management, product development, your executive teams. If you can't enable your internal organization with perfect product information, whether it be crafting the next ad or campaign, or both from a marketing and sales standpoint, or how salespeople deliver product information to their respective prospects or channels, you just can't sell effectively in the end. And then, as importantly, is delivering this in a timely and accurate way. I mean, it's just not waiting for product information, or better yet, is getting product information before it's out in the wild for your internal teams. PIM will help produce this ability, and further that is that you now have the ability to control, sort of your own internal team's product mastery around all this great information. And as such, it's kind of the metaphor here is the long pole in the tent. In the end, you're a product company and or even services companies, your product information, the amount of sort of feeds that it delivers, it connects to, that center pole in the tent is true as ever. And then product and revenue success relies on perfecting this product information, the delivery of it, and your internal teams are the messengers, and we really believe we've cracked the code on helping you make sure that your internal teams have all that they need. So then let's talk about just generally, this is sort of what makes up a product. Well, the truth is it's different for all of you listening to this webinar today. And the beauty is that we would enable you to create precisely the product makeup, the categories, the attributes, the taxonomies of the products, and the structuring and the assets, how they're named, the field level controls. They're not going to be ours; they're going to be yours. And so this is just a small sampling of how we see the world of what a product looks like. But it gets even more challenging in terms of how to organize it. Is multilingual requirements. Does the PIM support the ability to sort of see it in multiple languages? Multiple taxonomies, like a category or a brand that structures individually controlled and managed by each channel. That's a very big piece of sort of product information management. Keyword support, weights and units of measures, countries of origin, GDSN, component substrate weights. The list goes on and on. It's just like the variations on what defines a product is unique to everyone, and a PIM needs to support that to precisely your requirements. So let's touch on sort of the checklist here. I'm gonna talk about these just generally. I'm gonna be patient with me here, but what defines a PIM? Do a screenshot of this, and if you happen to be interviewing and researching other potential PIMs, we would encourage you to ask if this checklist can be met by your provider, your prospect provider. But it starts with centralizing your product views, but more importantly, centralizing them by by channel, because one channel might have a quarter of your products, might have all the products, etc. I'm gonna go down the list here, but the analytics dashboards for both the PIM part of the system as well as product experience management. So, which I'm going to touch on here in a minute. So hold that PXM question. Automated enrichment tools, real-time personalization as you make changes, instantly syndicating this content to your channels, which can be, again, internal systems like a CRM, or to ShipStation, or certainly web, like an Amazon, Walmart, name the e-commerce channel of choice here. But being able to deliver that data instantly is all very possible. Dynamic catalog creation engine. This is a very potent tool in our system that takes all your product information. It basically builds any unique possible scenario, sort of an interactive web page. It looks like an e-commerce website that's searchable, downloadable, shareable. It's incredibly powerful and customizable to your requirements. All the import-export tools, we obviously got to have that, but automating those, setting schedules for them through FTP sites or deeper integrations. It goes way beyond just importing and export, simple import-export tools. Product health completeness scoring, meaning how healthy is your product by channel? Do you have all the fields that are required by by each channel partner? a digital asset management platform. In our case, you have a full-blown digital asset management platform that allows you unlimited uploads and management of all your digital assets, deep integration with marketplaces, e-commerce platforms, support for parent-child requirements, centralized view by products, rules-based pricing engine, bulk enrichment and updating, so you can make a change to a bulk set of products. This again, back to integration with back office systems, native CRMs integration, all the infinite control over your users that you allow into PIMworks, both as just viewers or contributors, taxonomy creation by channel, product version controls, a full integrated task management platform, sort of workflow management here, a vendor management portal where you can invite external vendors to come in and see just what you want them to see. We have shipping cost integration tools. And then lastly, this last checkbox here is a powerful and potent one. It's often optional, but the ability for us to lean on hundreds and hundreds of people and a human capital workforce that helps with migration, enrichment projects, price monitoring, map adherence. We have truly an astonishing group of skills and people that understand this world. And the beauty is that all of this, and I'm going to show you some screenshots of this in a second, can be integrated seamlessly right back into the PIMworks platform. So as you look at this checklist, take a screenshot of this. The fact is, as we encourage you to take a peek at what we do, call and we'll do a sort of just a quick discovery call or a full-blown demo, however you want to run it. I can tell you, we check all those boxes and more. So anyway, I think next is here, why us? Well, we're one island, one master repository of all these tools and capabilities, empowering your products and assets. You can structure, govern, and transform all of these products and any of them in and around your brand standards. So there's uniformity in sort of the messaging and how it talks. You can manage unlimited versions of a product across unlimited channels. That's very unique and powerful. The product health tools, both sort of completeness as well as health checks. Like, for example, if you are connected to Amazon or some other large e-commerce player that has an API that we've connected to that has rules and guidelines, we literally will tell you if the product passes or fails based on those partners' requirements. Again, extremely important and unique to PIMworks. And then touching on this again is that these e-commerce platform integrations, which Shopify, Magento, BigCommerce, Amazon, eBay, Walmart, and many more. This also touches on internal systems, ERP systems, CRM systems, Intuit products. I mean, it's not just e-commerce. It's a lot of other integrations that benefit from great product information, and we have mastered integration capabilities, and you need to see it to believe it. And then further, high volume data syndication that works. I mean, this is a tool set that's been proven to reliably get your product information to where you want it. We as an organization will maintain these connections for you. So if for one of these channel partners that changes a requirement or a guideline, we'll make the adjustment, and that will get reflected back into your feed sort of pass-fail interface in the system. These catalogs that I talk about, they're just so amazingly powerful and uniquely controllable and shareable. These product intelligence tools, from analytics for pricing, marketplace SEO, and then this really powerful customer review and ratings recommendation engine that all feeds directly back into PIMworks. And then connected also to this incredibly legendary low-cost back office professional services organization that can be on demand. If you just need a person or 10 people for a project, no problem. We can build that into the PIMworks platform. If you want us to be your back office, no problem. We can also build that into the how we serve you better. And then lastly, we have transparent pricing. There's no, you're not going to buy, 100,000 SKUs worth of data when you don't need it. So our pricing is based specifically on how to, sort of price our product based on the number of products that you have, with some year-over-year variability as you grow throughout a year. And then just quickly, just want to touch on here, just a few more slides. So what you're looking at here is our product experience management interface. And again, it's best to see this in the form of a real world demo, but we are what we call PISeo. This is, we've built interfaces to common, sort of what we call marketplaces that are, have sentiment scores, so you can see how you're doing in the world. And again, this is, we build this tool set around your requirements, a set number of products and channels that you want to go see how you're doing. But this is all near real-time performance and incredibly potent. And if I was to imaginally scroll down the bottom of this page, assortment against competitors, we can even give you that kind of view into the world. Products that might be miscategorized, and then product availability across competitors. This is an incredibly powerful tool to help you build intelligence on how to make sure you have availability, against your competitor marketplace. And what we call, sort of price monitoring, but competitive pricing, as well as map pricing adherence. We've got full tools that you'll tell us what products you want us to watch across what websites and partner channels you want us to watch. We'll tell you how it's being priced by partner, map adherence up or down. You can see all the products, kind of a summary of, my price, the low price, the high price, the frequency that we're performing these updates and trying these updates. As you drill into products, you can see exactly where, Amazon, like you can click on this link and we've actually gathered a screenshot of that particular page, and its availability. See if there was variability in this product's pricing, you'd see that on the line chart. And with that, I'm going to just take a quick breath here and see if there's any questions, any further questions. There's been some questions here that let me take a peek here. One moment here. So just a couple of specific ones here. Does PIMworks offer a digital asset management platform? Yes, as I shared earlier, included with PIMworks is a full digital asset management repository that you can upload unlimited assets into. So yes, is that question. And then, the sort of, another one, like it's digging on the comment I made that, can we create channel specific content using PIMworks? And the answer is yes. And that's one of the most powerful parts of PIMworks, is the ability to sort of custom control sort of how each product is delivering that information to the channel. And things like like Amazon has a field length for descriptions of 80 characters. If you go 81, well, it's going to fail. So the ability to control that and create those field level controls is all very possible. Let's see, another question that came in was, one second here. Oh, and then yes, there's a question about sort of, is there any auditing capability? So there is. Each product has a full audit trail of everything that's been changed with and added, modified with the product. Further, that right within that same interface, we've got built-in chat that you can actually, and a task management system that you can literally say, I need a new image, or a set of new images for this particular product. You can direct that to an individual or multiple individuals inside the organization to go help. So assign tasks to them with a full task management interface. So if you're a super user in the platform, you can see all of the users and the tasks that they've been assigned, the progress that they're making. It's a task available for me. I've made the changes, put it into a review state. Incredibly powerful sort of collaborative workflow environment built right in. And then let's see here, one last, they're asking about, again, what the health check score is in PIMworks. Yeah, so the health check is, well, it's two parts. One is, we call it completeness. So again, this is all controllable by category or sort of taxonomy level, but the completeness is if you have 40 fields in one particular product, how complete are those? Like, so it'll give you a percentage, very granular level percentage of how complete each product is. But then further that, the product health check is another, it connects to the completeness, but specifically health check says if you've met the requirements of that connected channel, if you will. Like, does it have all the fields that are required for a receiving partner to see and ingest into their own systems? It's a 1-2 solution that's built into each product. And I think that yeah, that's all the questions that we've got here. I think so. We're up on our time here for 30 minutes, and I'll just end with we'd really welcome a chance to talk more with you. If you email us at info@pimworks.io, we'd love to set up a demonstration, show you the capabilities of PIMworks, and talk more deeply about your unique requirements. And otherwise, we're really grateful to have all of you here. This has been a big group, and with that, just thanks a bunch. And we'll be also, and then one last thing is we'll keep this open for just a minute, but don't forget there's some handouts in here that you can download on your GoToWebinar control panel, and then we will send you this deck as well at conclusion of the webinar. So with that, I'm going to put myself on mute, and thank you very much for your attendance and your attention. Take care, everyone.